Good afternoon. Good evening. We got Peter in here. Hello, Peter. Hello, Sapphire. Good morning. Good evening. I'm sure it's morning for somebody. Not for me. Hey, Saradini. Hello. How you doing? Okay. We're going to be working on the character Ajax from the game The First Descendant. This is day number 7. And last time we worked on him, we're sculpting the back armor. So got it kind of fleshed out pretty good. We're gonna finish it off and get those details in there. It's the small details left to do. Let's get to it. Yeah, this is a new camera. Can you see the crispiness of it? Extra crispy.
Greetings, fellow adventurer.
Oh.
We've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Wisdom for you, my friend. Zaman, thank you for the 6 months of support. Thanks for kicking off the evening with a resub. I appreciate it. We got some liquid luck for you. The greatest adventure lies not in conquering vast kingdoms, but in exploring the depths of one's own heart. It takes a lifetime, I tell you. From the beginning to the end, we're on a quest. All great adventures have a beginning and an end. Ooh. You ever experienced your cosplay kind of gunking up your pasta machine? If so, any tips for dealing with that? No, but I can only imagine that is coming from the clay being too soft. I use medium. I don't know which variation are you using? I use the medium firm. Okay, let's see here. Hey, Kitsune. Good evening. You're using medium firm? Yeah, I don't have any issue with it gunking up my pasta machine. It rolls through pretty normal for me. What setting is the pasta machine on? Are you trying to do it too thin? I know with medium firm you can't go past like number 4 or 5. Once you go past that, it gets like it like just doesn't roll through very nicely. So you have to get a firmer variety to make really thin sheets. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, I'll show you here. I have my pasta machine right here. I'll run the clay through it. Fine, you know, that's the thickest setting. And then we'll go, let's see, down to a 3. That's usually the furthest I'll go with medium firm. Even that goes through just pretty smooth. And then if I try to go further, you'll see it. I'll go to like a 5 here. You get this kind of ravioli effect. See? Or it's not rolling through very smooth, which I've always, this is where you discover where that ravioli edge comes from. There it is. The ravioli effect. Usually if I want it thinner, I'll take a piece like this and I'll kind of stretch it till I get that thickness. It does, yeah. If you knead it, like if you sit there and you knead it for like an hour straight with your hands, it's gonna get really soft, really sticky. The softness and stickiness are related. So the more firm it is, the less sticky it is. The more soft it is, the more sticky it is. Okay, let's see here.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Hey, Olaf. 112 months. Hey, dude. Hope you and the family are doing well. We are doing very well, Olaf. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for the very long time support. I do appreciate you, my friend. Weird, okay. I wonder maybe if it's something going on with your rollers. Try and take like alcohol and a rag, and you like stick it on the top of the rollers and roll it so it kind of cleans them. Because if there's somehow like clay residue or something on the rollers, the clay would probably want to stick to the rollers or something like that. Poison foxglove elixir. Okay. Maybe something happened and it got more sticky after you cleaned it. Or when you put it back together, maybe it's like not in alignment anymore or something. The quest ahead may be challenging, but your determination is unmatched. Press forward and claim your destiny. There you go, Olaf. Keep pushing forward, my friend. Till the end of time. Onwards. I've not, no. And I've been shipping things overseas for like 13 plus years. Actually, probably more like 15 now. So if it does happen, it's very uncommon. You have to understand they got really good scanning technology nowadays that it has to be really... I imagine it has to be a really rare case that happens. Yeah. I've actually only ever had a project go missing in the mail as well. And it was a one-time thing that happened, and it was because it was right when the height of COVID just happened, and the world was like crazy. So, you know, uh, but normal circumstances, I've never had a package go missing. So I finished a piece and I sent it to Canada, where I was supposed to go, and then COVID hit, and during transit somehow it got sent to Cambodia instead of Canada. Went all the way to Cambodia, and then they closed the borders to Cambodia, so nothing went in or out. And I never heard or seen from it again. So that was the only time. Took the scenic route, yeah. Yeah, I sent the client the tracking information and everything, and the client is a couple days later messages me back. I think there's something wrong here, and he's looking at the tracking. It's like in New Zealand or something. It's like, oh boy, what's going on? Well, Cambodia is alphabetically the very next name under Canada, so somehow they just probably inputted it wrong or something. I imagine it was just the chaos of all these crazy changes, you know. So one project every 15 years is okay odds for me. But I will say I've always followed the rule of not shipping things during the season we're in right now. So I never ship projects out, usually starting probably end of November. Like pretty much, I think Thanksgiving is the cutoff, like end of November. I'll stop shipping anything. If there's anything that needs to be shipped, it has to wait until after the holidays, usually starting around like middle of January, you know. So I've always avoided that time. I think that has. Oh, we will not. Yeah, I got your message, by the way. Don't worry. We can go ahead and ship it however you want. We can go through any carrier you want to go through, and yeah, I've never been one to ship during this time of year. It's a why risk it type of thing, you know. How you doing there, Jumping Mouse? How's the holidays been treating you, my friend? The only time I would ever ship something during the holiday season is if the client really needed it or really wanted it by that time. But I would make it very clear to them that you know there'd be a huge risk, and if something does happen, I'm gonna wipe my hands clean. Not advised. Getting by busy here, and the heavy early snow did not help. Yeah, I saw that the East Coast is getting destroyed by a bunch of snow. Why, hello there, Northern. Good evening to you, my friend. Yeah, it's not like I can just, if one goes missing, I can just throw another one in the box. All right, send them another one, you know. So that I ended up making a whole nother project for that client, that the one that went missing. So
Good day, dear friend. Your contribution to the growth of our kingdom is invaluable. Thank you for your devotion.
Shakor, hello, Shakor. Hello, good evening. 31 months of support. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for sticking with me, keeping things going over here. We all really appreciate it. Let me get you some wisdom for your troubles. Fairy dust. Ooh, big hole in the middle. As the knights of old, you must fight bravely for what you believe in. Stay true to your convictions and persevere. That's a good one. Never do anything you feel convicted about, conflicted in any way. Never let anything pressure you outside of doing what you think is right, following your gut. Oh, really? What's your medium, my friend? What is your quest? What's your pursuit? Do tell. And yeah, trust me, there's always people that will be in your way that will tell you you can't do something. They will try and stop you. Oh, really? Sculpting, okay. Well, if there's anything you need, advice or insight, feel free to reach out anytime. I'm all for supporting that quest. I'm on it myself. The road is weary and full of danger. but don't let that stop you. First tip, don't ship things to Cambodia. I didn't even ship it to Cambodia. I shipped it to Canada. Be wary of the ancient road of Canada to Cambodia. I think the most important thing, I've done a lot of things wrong in my journey, and I've done a lot of things right. A few things. one of the few things I think is I've always stayed focused on the most important thing, which is to further grow your skill. Should always be the number one focus. It's so easy to get distracted by other things, but this part of you will argue against the part of you that is business minded, because it doesn't seem wise to spend more time than you budgeted for a project to make it better, but it actually is, because hey, this is Blue Snow. Hey, what's up, Blue Snow? Because ultimately you got to keep pushing the wheels of progress forward, and if you're too considerate of making profit or whatever, it's gonna affect your pushing of your skill, because it takes, anytime you're learning something new, it takes longer. It's just period, end of story. So you just really can't care too much about the try not to care too much about like financial side of things, and just focus very much on continuing to grow your skills. I guess the hope is that your skills will continue to grow and you eventually snowball over the span of your career, where you make up lost ground on the financial side later. Kind of the same trade agreement or arrangement that colleges offer, if you think about it. You take a financial hit that hopefully pays off in the future to educate yourself, to grow your skills. It's the same idea. Okay, let's let me cut this excess off, and then we're gonna get this in the oven. We'll lock in this part. So by just starting, do you mean you're pursuing like are you starting to get starting to do paid work, or are you making things and then trying to sell them, or are you just simply pursuing the craft with pursuing the skill up? What stage are we at here? Okay, we'll get this tossed in the oven. We'll work a bit on the dragon while that's baking. I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, see this project here that was just there? Right there. Where was she at? There. Nidalee. I was just messaged by staff over at Riot Games. They're going to be putting the statue kind of like front and center is basically what I get from them in their some sort of gallery, which is pretty cool. So I guess they really liked how it looked. Good news. Awesome, Shakor. Yeah, that's the key, man. Just getting yourself out there, putting the work in front of people. Specifically trying to like put it in front of the people that would want to, you know, commission your art. So good, my friend. Good. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I said, let's see. Yeah, they're putting it on display in their main lobby when visitors come to the campus. Okay. There'll be a little plaque in front of it there. So. Pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I feel like I have seen some of your work in the Creative Corner. All right, Saradini. Drive safe. Discord. I think I could just search for you. Shop. Core. What's your Discord name? I can search for you. Oh man, okay. Let's see. There you are. Oh, you know what? I was looking at your miniatures earlier today, and yeah, they look really good, man. You got a really unique look going on there that I could see that definitely picking up in the D&D community. Customized hand sculpted minis. That's good. So okay, so that's your kind of the niche that you're going for, right? Because I think that's really good strategy is to establish a niche, a repeatable project like that you can just, you know, make over and over. Wonderful. That's a great place. A good start, my friend. Just got to getting it in front of the people that would want to commission to have their little and you know, in the D&D community especially if your price isn't you know, if the price is right, you know, which at the beginning stages it should be you know, I've never been good with that, but you start low and work your way up essentially. If you're not getting a lot of work coming in, try and lower it, you know. If you're getting too much work coming in, try and higher it or raise it. Awesome, man. I'm excited for you. Stay on the road no matter what comes your way. Stay on the road. I'll take this out. Oop. Let's do these first. The first forearm. Well, that's probably the cleanest mold we've had so far. Look at that parting line. Virtually non-existent parting line there. That's what I'm talking about. It's the original. Very good. It's because these molds are cold. Harness the power of leverage. Oh, that one's nice too. Hey, look at that. You're getting better, the molds. Oh, this is the original. Oops. Just kidding. False alarm. Just the original. Look at that clean parting line. Non-existent parting line. Clamming. This is called molding. Molding and casting, technically. This is what you would call a two-part mold, meaning it comes apart into two pieces. Okay. Okay, now the big one. Let's hope this one worked. Yeah, essentially you make one side. You decide where the parting line will be. And you somehow cure or harden that side, or if it's silicone, you let it dry. And then you simply flip it over and pour the other side, and it form fits to the first side that you did. And you have some sort of release agent that makes it so the two sides don't stick, just like I've done here. And technically, you can do even like 3-part molds and stuff like that. Okay, wait. That's the shell piece at the top there. Don't want to tear this mold. I'm wondering if I should warm it up. Yeah, totally. You could totally make interchangeable parts using this method. Or like say you have a character that you sculpt the face and you want to make it have a mask. You could paint this solution, the same solution onto the face, let it dry, and then just simply smush a blob of clay on the face and sculpt the mask, bake it, and then remove the mask from the face. It'll be form fitted. And then you could just make another mask, so you could have multiple. And then you could even get to the point where you have like magnets, like maybe a magnet embedded in the forehead of the character. There's certain magnets that I've done the research. There's certain magnets that don't lose magnetism with the oven baking temperatures. I think it's neo something magnets. Can't remember the actual name, but so you could actually put it in the clay, like under the surface, while you're sculpting it. So heat gun plugged in. I'm gonna warm this up with the heat gun. I feel like it's gonna have an easier time getting it off if it's a little bit warm. Let's see if this helps us. Coming a little bit easier.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Oh, hey, Reaper Miniatures coming on in here with a raid. Shaken, hello. Welcome. Thank you very much for the raid, everybody.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept
Raiding
these
and
treasures
reselling.
as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Hey, Varro, thank you so much for the 45 months, my friend. Thank you for supporting my work. I appreciate it very much. You get a wisdom. Come on in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures. I'm actually working on a... this is the sketch for the piece I'm working on currently. Well, this is my morning project, but we're working on something while our main project's in the oven. But this is a Tyranid swarm that was commissioned by the developers of Space Marine 2, the game that just came out, Focus Entertainment. So, I have made the Tyranid in a modular way so I could really push the limits of cosplay here and do kind of like a form of molding and casting. Hey, look at that. We had a little bit of a tear right there, but that's okay. We can work with that. So this is the torso of the... Okay, that's a little bit of a defect right there, but we can work with that too. See where the lumps of clay didn't quite meet up. This is the Tyranid's torso that we've made here. Quite a complex shape, so it really Feels pretty thin right there. Okay. A trilobite. Yeah, I'll show you the other parts here in a second. I think I just got a muscle it. I just don't want to rip it. Oh, wait. Before I get carried away, let me read you your cod liver oil here. For you, Varl. The power of friendship is stronger than any spell. Cherish those who stand by your side. There you are. There you are. Okay, see a little bit of a... Thank you, my friend. Okay, here we go. It's kind of really stuck on there. Okay. Whew. Okay, we have a little bit of a crack going on there. Oh man. Seems I went a little bit too thin right here. So we'll just have to be very careful about demolding there. Probably demolding from the bottom seems to be more effective. But the details there are really good. Okay, so now we can duplicate these torsos. And we've already done this with the head. So we got the head and the torso. And got the head and the torso. We got the right bicep going on there. I think we have the left one too. Oh, it's the same one. This one. Yeah, there we go. The biceps. And now we have the forearm. So the idea here is I'm making these in a way that I'll be able to combine them together at the end and just sculpt the kind of the in-between areas. Here's the scythe blade. That's gonna be so much fun. Can already see it. So, I've produced 8 of the heads. I'm essentially doing 8 of everything. And we'll see how far that gets us. And then once I have all the pieces, so here's the thigh or the back leg. The thigh section. Then we will sculpt the large one as just a single piece, which I think is going to be a Carnifex. And then when we have that one made and finished, then we'll go in around it and we'll start kind of wiring these pieces together and creating this custom Tyrannid swarm that's kind of swarming around the character using all these pieces. But I want to make it so individually each one will come off. So it'll be easier to sculpt and then easy to paint. And then after the painting's done, we can put them all back together in a seamless way, and then it'll be all done. So the Tyranids themselves, these turned out larger than I wanted them to. I wanted them to be the same size as the sketch, which I have over here. So there's the sketch. Now the Tyranids are definitely larger, probably like one scale up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size of the bigger one is going to be less now. If that makes sense. I'm not going to make the bigger one smaller. The bigger one's going to become bigger, but there's going to be less of it showing in the composition. So like it'll be probably from here up. So just like the big head and the upper torso region, and then maybe like one claw like reaching out and like sticking in the ground or something. And then the Tyranids will become more of a main character in the scene. So yeah, the design I got to completely come up with on my own. So, and the client's not very specific on what they want, so I know they'll be okay with me kind of shifting things around a little bit. So otherwise I would have went back and because what happened is I started sculpting the head of the Tyranid, and I just it's so easy to get too kind of like to lose the scale a little bit if you're not paying close attention. So I ended up making this head and ended up going too big with it, and that ultimately shifted the scale. And if I made the head bigger, I have to make the rest of it bigger to fit the head. So, okay. Hey, thanks, Fang. I appreciate it, my friend. I wonder if this comes out. It does seem like it wants to come off. They get more sculpture for their buck. That's true. That's all right. This whole project's very experimental because I've not done anything like this before. So if you're not familiar, what I'm doing right now is I'm only using this clay right here. All the molds and the casts and the originals are all made out of this same clay. And then I'm just using this C1 separator with this clay to make this whole production. So that's the best part about this clay is that it is flexible like rubber after it's been cured. So all these parts and pieces we're making are extremely durable. Get paid to try new techniques. I always used to say that, even when I wasn't even making a lot, when I was first starting, I always thought of when I got commission work, it was me being paid to practice, because that's what it is. Okay, so let's try and get this arm done here. What's up, Syrup? What you doing, man? Up this dragon here. This is the dragon from the dragon class, yeah. This guy doesn't have a home, so if anyone's interested in claiming him for yourself, it's only going to get cooler as time goes by, but this is what we got so far. Just shoot me an email if you're interested. He'll be standing on like a toppling pile of wizardy looking books. It's kind of the idea here. Fantishini. How you doing, Jones? Yeah, the base is going to be fun to do, I think. Fire in the fireplace. Sounds awesome. Perfect for the weather. Enzo, hello Enzo. Good evening. This is a dragon. No, we'll be switching back to Ajax once he's out of the oven. Probably only 10 more minutes. No. No, no, no. Sometimes free time and time off is just worth way more than the amount of money they're offering. Good as money anyways if you're stuck at work all the time, right? Gotta pay for the gas to get to work, and the car to go to work, and the house to sleep in after work, and the food to fuel you for work. Like, wait a minute. What kind of scandal's going on here? You gotta work so you can work. You gotta work so you can get to and be energized for work. Welcome back, Saradini. Hey, what's up, Lux? Oh, you get like bumped up into a new bracket because you made too much. Ended up costing you more than you gained. Time bank. But for what? For like paid time off or something? That'd be a nice system, wouldn't it? Good loophole. where you work overtime, and instead of them paying you for it, you just the hours get added on to like hours you can have paid time off for. Then it's not taxed at all. You're just getting paid for not working some days. Free time with a normal paycheck. So then you could work overtime the times when you got nothing really going on, and then when you got stuff going on, you can cash in your time. Or you could cash it out. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a smart system. Unless you're in a major role and they guilt you from taking that PTO in more than 1 to 2 days increments. And oh yeah. I always do this on stream. That's right. Good evening, Primal. Yeah, I sculpt things here, start to finish, all kinds of different things. Yeah, and then you take 1 to 2 day increment PTO, and all they do is they just save all the work that you missed. Like they stash it up for you, so when you get back, they're like, "Whoa!" They come back, and there's like people flailing around with fires going on in the background. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Like, ah, jeez, why do I even do this to myself? So most of my work's commissioned, Primal. So people and companies will commission certain things from me. So have we had this conversation before? I think so. I think so. Technically, so this project I'm working on right now, I do a free class on Sundays where I teach sculpture. And this is my project for that class. I'm just doing the kind of the homework right now. But this piece is not claimed by anybody. It's not a commission, so this one is available if anyone wants to scoop it up, claim it for themselves. Just have to email me and let me know. We're working away at this because our main project for this evening is in the oven. Actually, I should probably go let me go grab that one out of the oven so it can start cooling down. If the price was right. Oh boy. I'm not sure. Finger. Yeah, I'm not sure. It would depend, obviously. The details would matter. Okay. Let me go grab our piece out of the oven. I'll be right back. Okay, we got this guy out of the oven. We'll let him cool down before we continue. We'll continue working on the dragon while we wait for that to cool. Hey, Keysbun, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Oop. Hey, thanks. Still cooling down. Let us continue. Mr. Blizzy. Hey, thanks a lot, my friend. Thanks for being here. Hello, goddess. Hey. Smiling Frog gifting out 5 subs. Hey, thank you so much, man.
Let it be the land. New champions have been welcomed by our honored recruiting hand.
All right. 5 gifted subs gets a wisdom. Let me get you that. Cornish Pixie. Okay. Release what binds you, the weight of old grudges, the echoes of lost battles. and step into the dawn of unburdened. Oh, step into the dawn unburdened. Yes. Let it go, essentially. That's a good one. Oftentimes, the weights and shackles we put on ourselves. Thanks a lot, Smiling Frog. I appreciate it, man. What's the biggest statue you've made so far? I made like a 3.5 foot tall piece for, I was commissioned by Twitch to make a trophy for TwitchCon. Is it 2023 or something like that? TwitchCon 2023. That was probably the tallest piece, but the biggest, like, as far as scope, a long time ago, I did a whole scene that was like a whole hobbit's house inside and out, with a bunch of different characters involved and stuff. So. I don't talk. You don't talk. I talk. I'm listening. You heckle? Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Getting texture on all these larger scales. We're almost done with this arm. Once this arm is finished, we can bake the piece. Lock it all in. Not sure I'll do any more before the class. Just kick the can down the road. I need somebody to do a comic meme of somebody kicking a can down the road, and then like on the other side, way down the road, there's like a million cans over there, like a big huge pile. I can imagine it in my mind. If only I had the drawing skills. Where the character is kicking the singular can, there's like a long, like a little distance of nothingness, and then there's this pile of cans. That's how it feels sometimes. Okay, let's see how this fella's cooling down here. Probably cool enough for us to start working on him again. Back to the sideline there, dragon. Let me pull up my reference. Okay. So we've baked him and locked in this section here. Oh, you know what? Let's cut away these little parts here. I did, yeah. I just smashed them in my bag, literally. Crammed them in there. He was even in the front pocket, you know, the pocket that takes the most abuse. No problem. The power of cosplay. Actually, I went up to the desk where you check bags, and I literally just handed them the sculpture, just like this. I'd like to check my bag here. And the guy said, "All right," and just threw it on the conveyor belt. Definitely much easier to do that after it's been baked than trying to get those nice clean slices during. Okay, let's start figuring out this next section. It's really complex, his backpack arrangement here. Kind of like turns into a kind of like a jetpack. Okay, let's add some clay glue here. the basic section there. Let me just fill this in a little more, even though I don't think we'll need it. And we'll get these areas nice and flat. Yeah, me too. I agree. Hey, Lux, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Um, well, I actually don't find it to be hard. Like, the technique is pretty simple in my mind. And I don't really struggle with doing the technique, but it is more time consuming for sure. Like to do like a section of monster is much quicker than to do a section of technology, because there's just more. It's like more back and forth, more refinement. So not bad messing around with gold leaf right now. So very glittery. Very good. Gold leaf. I always wanted to mess around with that. Doing like parts that are supposed to be gold out of actual gold leaf. It's really satisfying to make the clay, to tame the clay into these kinds of shapes, though, because it's taking the clay out of its natural element totally. It's clay's natural state is to be organic. It's an organic material. So we're forcing the clay to become something that it's not. You will become what I tell you to become, clay. Hey, Mr. RB. How are you doing? Oops. Arbitwanum. You should rename yourself to just call me Arbitwanum. The quest. The lifelong quest. No, here's the plot twist. I actually have the account of Arby. I've just been sitting here, sitting on it this whole time, watching Arby squirm. That's mine. And you shall not have it unless you will pay the utmost farthing for it. New light and one new light and the new camera. New shirt cam. This is like a DSLR quality camera here. We got another one coming too. For the new desk cam. Yeah, it really helps. It's amazing what a properly placed light can do. Working on school stuff, you're a teacher, IRL? Nice. Grading some papers, are you? Okay. Need the pasta machine. Oh. Doing your own homework, huh? Cool. What grade level do you teach? Don't mind me asking. And, what subjects? 7th grade math. Okay. Cool. Seventh grade. Trying to remember what 7th grade was. Algebra, maybe? Algebra 2? Something like that. Pre-algebra. I suppose it has been quite a while since I was in school. But I want to say 7th grade for us was like Algebra 2. Or 6th grade was pre-algebra. Algebra 1 was 7th grade. Something like that. I can't even imagine what it's like inside of like a school with the advent of smartphones. What a wild and crazy time to be a youngster. Or the first generation of smartphone kids, man, they must have got away with a lot of stuff. Kind of like how our generation did with computers. We got away with a lot of stuff on computers because they were so new. Nobody knew what they were doing. Yes, we did. Lots of shenanigans going on in study hall. Do they still do the old graphic? They do the old graphing calculator still? Is that a requirement? The old T980 something, T985s or whatever. Remember, it was like you had to have one. Computers. Yeah, we were the first generation of computer hitting the school. It was when I was in school. It was TI 84. Anyways, they were required. Everybody had to have one. It was a graphing calculator. Well, it didn't take too long before somebody started programming games that you could play on them. TI 83, yep. And then there was this one kid in the whole... No, this is step past... The boobs thing is a thing you do on a normal calculator. We had like full-blown like games you could play on the graphing calculator. And there was this one kid in the whole class. There was a one kid in the class who had the cable. He had a cable that would link one calculator to the next, and you could literally just transfer the game. So he was like the game dealer. So during like lunch hour, you would go meet up the kid with the cable. He had all the games, and he would just, what do you want? You know. I had Mario on mine. So, so then, the teacher just sees a bunch of kids like dialing away on their calculators. Just mathing out some equations here. Making some charts with my graphing calculator. Nothing going on here, teacher. I don't think they ever caught on to that, to be honest. I don't think, at least they probably did after our kind of group moved through, but yeah, I don't think they ever really noticed that there was games on the calculator. Didn't get paid enough to find out. They would not even allow basic calculators in the building. Yeah, well, when I went through school, Jumping Mouse, it was mandatory to have this fancy calculator. Mandatory. I imagine now it's like mandatory to have like a tablet or something, which is pretty crazy. Oh no. Don't even know how to use a regular calculator. It actually is mandatory to have a tablet. Figured as much. My kid would be showing up to school with a stone tablet. Well, it says here, mandatory tablet. There you go. Here's a nice big slab of stone and some chisels. Chromebook? Okay. Something for basic web browsing and stuff like that. Paper writing. Palm Pilots. Fancy stuff.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Hey, Texas Hula and company. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. What's up, Dark? How you doing? How's your stream, man? Thank you so much for sending everybody here. We're taking it easy this evening and chipping away at this character here. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I always appreciate that. How you been? Anything wild and crazy and new going on over there in Texas Hula land? Who was manning the beacon? I don't know. We're working on this guy here. This is a character from the game, the first Descendant. We were commissioned by the makers of the game to bring this fella to life. His name is Ajax. Just slinging the wood around. And he is by far the coolest looking guy in the game. That's why I picked him. I got to pick which guy I wanted to make. So nice of them to let me choose. I tell you what, I have worked a lot now with different gaming companies, and they're always very loose with their creative decision making for me. So it's been a pleasure. This Nexon Games is the maker of this game. We're also currently working with Focus Entertainment, and yeah, it's been cool. We started this piece out in Germany, so. Yeah, we're also doing a project for Logitech right now currently. I can show you guys that. Here's the sketch for it. So they commissioned me to make the headset I'm wearing right now. They actually gave to me. It's the new Astro A50X headset. They commissioned me to make 2 custom kind of, they have a charging station that you put them on, and they have me customize the charging station into a Space Marine 2 theme. So I decided the first one would be this right here. It's the Tyranid. I've decided to go with a Tyranid theme on one and then Space Marine theme on the other. So this is the sketch for the Tyranid one. And here is the finished product. So it is currently in the painting stage in the painting department. You can see how it turned out. Very happy with the results on that one. So we've begun sculpting the second side, which is the Space Marine side. Friend had that headset, you hated it? Really? It just came out. Are you sure it was that one? It's only been out for like a month or 2. I don't know. I really like it. It's the best headset I've had so far. They're not going to reproduce them, no. These are one-off pieces, so. Same line, okay. Yeah. Well, these ones are really good, so. Like I said, it really genuinely is the best headset I've had so far. And the problem I used to always have with I always like wireless headsets because it's just one less cord hanging from me, but I would always forget to charge them. So I would start stream the next day and my headset would be dead. So I like these ones because when I take my headset off, I set it down on the station and it just charges it. So, oh yeah, and it's worth noting. Next week we're working on this project, and they gave us a bunch of stuff to give away, particularly copies of the game, and we actually have 2 more headsets to give away. So make sure you guys are staying tuned in because I will be giving away 2 pairs of the headphones, and all next week. I think we probably got enough copies of the game left to do a whole week of giveaways next week. So, yeah, they're not wanting to reproduce these. It's just like it's just for the launch, just to kind of, to support the arts, support me, and also just bring a unique way of showing it off, you know. So you want a towel one? I wouldn't mind doing this type of project on really on anything. We were talking yesterday about doing I would really like to do a custom computer case at one point, where I take like the whole, like the metal frame of a computer case and just design and sculpt the exterior of it. And then, yeah, I don't know, there's a million different ways we could go with that, but I think that'd be cool to turn a whole computer tower into a piece of artwork. So, but that would be a big project. So that would take a somebody to fund something like that to happen. Not something I'll be doing just on my own. So I feel like the computer would fry underneath all the clay. Now you just design it in a way that, you know, you're not blocking any of the you wouldn't be blocking any of the whatchamacallit, the air pathways and stuff. Logitech might be doing a promotion with Warhammer if they wanted this. You never know. Yeah, this is a they are kind of partnered up with, not with Warhammer, but with Focus Entertainment with the launch of Space Marine 2. It's a game that just came out. So it's kind of like a three-way collaboration between me, Logitech, and Focus Entertainment. So, all right, that's one. And then, of course, we got this one going on. This is for Nexon games. Hey, Lori, how you doing? How'd you get into working with clay? I kind of got into it when I was younger. It was just something I had an interest in that was enriched thanks to my grandmother. And I've just kind of been on the pursuit my entire life. I didn't really, I had a lot of experience when I was younger pursuing it, but I didn't, you know how it is when you're younger. You don't really pursue things very seriously, or at least I didn't. So it wasn't until I got older and kind of rediscovered my passion for the clay that I really started pursuing it. And that point was about 15 years ago. I've been doing it pretty consistently ever since. Dental costs and race cars. Well, you know, I hear you on that. Gotta have those fast cars and those nice teeth, right? Can't drive a sculpture or eat with one either. No, Ajax is not scanned into the game. It's a one-off as well. Yep. Nice, man. That's good. Gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of others. That is the truth. Automat has it in for you today. I don't even know. Auto mod is a little bit more sensitive lately because the filter has to be turned up for all the sponsored work that I'm doing. It's kind of one of the requirements. All right, hey Dark, have a good one, my friend. Hope everything goes smoothly for you. We will see you next time. I'll be on tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m. We'll be working on. I'm working on this piece for. What's that here? For Focus Entertainment, right there. That's the sketch for it. It's like a swarm of zerglings, or not zerglings. Sorry, it's a swarm of it's a swarm of xenomorphs. I mean, wait, Tyranids. There we go. Just joking. Yeah, so we're producing all the parts of the creature here. You can see. And I'm using the cosplay duplication method here. Well, we're making these cosplay molds and we're duplicating the parts. And essentially we're gonna be able to piece these together in the end. Pose them around and make them all unique and individual. And sculpt all the in-between areas. There's the arm. And then the forearm. And then the blade. Let's see if we can. I so badly want to just start piecing these together. Something like that. They aren't, but we will make them. We're using this as a base build. Essentially, this method is just saving us a lot of time, so I can make way more with the budget than I would normally be able to. Because if I had to sculpt them all by hand, there'd probably only be like 3 of them. So maybe 2. Wouldn't hurt to do one early to see any pitfalls. Yeah, it's tempting, isn't it? No, I know it's going to be better to wait. Because the little ones are forming themselves around the big one. So we need to make the big one first, then do the little ones. Because the big one isn't forming around the little ones, right? So it's the same with it's the same logic we use to decide if we have a weapon, do we sculpt the hand first or do we sculpt the weapon first? It's like we sculpt the weapon first because the hand forms around the weapon. The weapon does not form around the hand. So that means you need to make the stationary thing first. So otherwise you'll end up with these weird situations of needing to have this weird, awkward looking weapon forming into the hand that you already made. I remember talking to another sculptor. For some reason, the rule of 3 statues was a thing. What is that? I don't know what that is. Please do tell. What is the rule of 3 statues? Oh, I see. Yeah, he does molding and casting, I'm imagining. Like he makes a creation and casts it. From the inside to the outside, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Because molding and casting is so much work and material costs. Thankfully, I don't do that. I just make one-offs or one-of-a-kind pieces. Yeah, to do it right, you need to have quite the proper setup. And not only that, but it's going to take experience. You're going to mess up molds and casts many times before you get your rhythm down. And the materials are very expensive. Good silicone does not come cheap. It's definitely a different business model. When you make something that you're molding and casting, typically you're putting up all that money up front in hopes that it has a return on your investment. So it can be a pretty sketchy game, I feel like. Imagine spending hundreds of hours sculpting something and molding and casting it and spending all that money on the materials to produce. Then producing like 10 copies of the sculpture and painting it and doing all that work. And then you open your shop with your 10 reproductions and people don't like the idea, so they don't buy it. Which I'm sure it happens. I've seen that stuff. It's like a wax. That's why that's a risky business model for sure. I much prefer what I do. A client tells me what they want to be made. Tell them how much it'll cost. And then I know there's a paycheck waiting for me after I'm done with the work, So no risk for me. No financial risk. Yeah, it's a type of wax, I'm pretty sure. I think, doesn't Green Stuff World sell that stuff? That blue stuff, you like heat it up and it gets soft and you can make these little one-off molds. Oh, do they really? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, I use the cost clay method, where I'm using some of the clay to make the mold. Now, granted, these molds cannot be reused for anything other than what they're made for. But what's nice about this is I can fill this with the clay, and I can put the whole thing in the oven all together, and bake it. So with that blue stuff, it would the process wouldn't work with that clay. I would have to use like a epoxy clay or something, which is why I think I want to get some to, just have that option with epoxy clay. Okay. Do you also need to bake your thing you're copying right beforehand? Yeah, so I'll smush clay into this form here and then just put it in the oven all together and bake it, and then I can remove the hardened copy. Now I need this stuff right here, this C1 separator. This is what makes the magic happen. Because without this, if I smushed clay into a clay form like this and baked it, it would fuse together. So yeah, you make the original, bake it and harden it, and then you just paint that stuff on there and then smush clay on it to create the mold. And then bake it all together, remove it, wash, rinse, repeat. Let's see here. Okay, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get some rest. I want to thank you all for joining me this evening, as we got a good amount of work done. I'll be jumping on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Be doing our Friday morning stream. Hopefully I see you then. This Sunday is a free how to sculpt class. We'll be working on the dragon that I was working on tonight. That's a very informative stream where I'm really trying to articulate everything that's happening so people can follow along. It's part of a series that you can go and check out. on YouTube or on Twitch. There are playlists for both. If you'd like to join and learn how to sculpt the way I do, the class is free and you're able to submit your work for feedback each and every week. We're going to go raid somebody new today. Go check them out. Let's see here. There we go. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.